Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Deep Stuff with Kristi.
And Michelle.
We're back again. Lived another day to tell about it.
Yep. Day six.
Yes.
3 more days.
3 more days. We only have 3 more days. Today was the day we figured out we have 9 days of walking the whole thing instead of 10. I almost did a happy dance. Because I'm on borrowed time with my back. So you want to talk about how it started out?
Started out great. You woke up. You felt wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lord.
Yes.
We had breakfast. It was a nice breakfast.
It was a nice breakfast. You found lots of fruit.
Oh, they had pineapple and this melon called Bolo, B-O-L-L-O. I don't know if I'm saying that. Boyo, something like that. It was pretty much like a honeydew, but the outside looked like a watermelon. It was delicious. I had pineapple and honeydew melon. They had bananas and apples.
The Spanish omelet.
Now, talk about the Spanish omelet.
This one was better than the other one, I remember.
I agree. It was fluffier.
Yeah, it had the cheese, the potato, and the egg.
Had more cheese in it. It was really good. It didn't even matter that it was cold.
And then I still had to have my ritual of toast.
Yeah. You've become like the toast woman.
I've never eaten so much bread in my life.
It's at every meal. But it's yummy. It's like that hearty, it looks like that hearty sourdough, but it's not sour. It's so good. Yep. And your coffee.
Yes.
What is it? Cafe con leche?
Cafe con leche, yes.
Yay, I said that right. And the nice British guy that works there who helped get the whole medical thing figured out for me from the day before, he actually came by our table as we were leaving and asked how I was feeling. I was like, oh, because they see a ton of people every day.
I know.
It's all one night stands.
Yep.
People coming through, and he actually remembered, and that just meant everything to me. Yeah, they had, this was the biggest breakfast variety. They had cereals, pastries. Oh, you got the chocolate thing. What is that called?
No, that was when we were, that was at one of our stops.
Oh, you're right. I got ahead of ourselves. But they did the cereals and the other pastries. You stole a banana.
I paid for the banana.
They're the only place so far that says, they don't call things to go or carry out. They call it takeaway. And it had a sign that said, takeaway fruit, €1 per piece. And
But see, I didn't have any fruit. That was my only fruit, so I don't consider that a takeaway.
You got that all justified in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then why, when we were sitting there at breakfast, you look up at me with that look, and you mumble with barely moving your mouth. You went, "There are cameras in here." Why would we care if there's cameras, Miss Guilty?
I don't like being watched.
No, I agree with you. You didn't eat any fruit at breakfast, so that was your serving, and I think that was perfectly fine. I wasn't going to stuff pineapple in my pockets. So it was all good. So yeah, it was a big, of course, all the bread options, like every type of bread, but they had the boiled eggs, they had the Spanish omelet, and then they had the whole meat and cheese platter. Hello. They had cut off the bone ham, the good ham. They had all their traditional dried meats, like salami and the dried ham and another dried meat. And then I think it was Swiss cheese. It was a really nice breakfast. It was the only place, though, I'm going to give it one ding. It was the only place that did not have fresh squeezed orange juice.
That's true.
It's like the store-bought kind that I will not drink because it just is bitter, and those are calories I'm not going to spend. But fresh squeezed on this trip is a yes, please, because it's a good shot of vitamin C, too. So I was sad about that, but it was a delicious breakfast. Yeah, so that was good. And yeah, we packed up and off we went. And how would you describe the first part of the walk?
It's the walk today, same as yesterday, same 8.6, but it just flew by today. And, you know, there were not any services until 3 miles in.
Not that you were counting. After all the liquids at breakfast. It's kind of important.
But we made it, and it was a cute little place. I got some more cafe con leche.
Yes.
Because I needed something stronger. And that's where we got the pastry that had the chocolate inside.
Yeah, it's like a chocolate Nutella deal. That's really good.
It was really good.
It's really good. Between the hotel and there, we actually walked a bit in town to get back on the Camino trail. And that was kind of cool because we were seeing pilgrims coming out from like every albergue and hotel, and everyone looks the same, kind of dazed, sleepy, and it was a cloudy morning, and it was just, we were all in a fog, like physically and mentally in a fog. And it was kind of cool the way we all slowly started. It looked like a, what do they call it? A mob? What is that word called? When a mob dance, where they spontaneously like break out. It looks random and then they all come together. Flash mob. It was flash mob. That's what it kind of looked like a slow motion flash mob of Camino pilgrims, because we were all coming from different parts of the town and then led to the trail, and that was still in the town, and then we all just, it led us out of town together and saw some same familiar faces. And we didn't mention that at the laundromat that we're sitting there before you went on your walk, and I look up and I went, "There's Debbie!"
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Our UK friend. She's everywhere. She's a retired nurse, and she's amazing, and she's just like everywhere. That was so funny. I wish I'd had the video going. Anyway, back to today. Yeah, so we started walking, and it was really pretty, that first part.
It was like it was covered. It was walking through almost like a forest.
Yeah, there was like rambling little streams and babbling brooks and even a little waterfall.
And the eucalyptus trees, they smell so good.
The eucalyptus trees, it's like they purposefully let them grow for the Camino pilgrims, because it's so calming and soothing to smell that. That was a real treat. And I can't say enough how beautiful the flowers are here. They're just explosive. Like the roses are huge and the calla lilies are huge.
Oh, the succulent.
Oh, the succulent. Yeah, tell them about that.
It was just, I didn't know they got that big. I mean, this one was really tall.
Yeah.
I thought they were just in little bitty pots.
Right. Like ones you would sit on your desk.
And then the lady walked by, "Oh yeah, we have those in California." And I was like, "Oh, you must be in Southern California."
You started talking to her about that, and I've been in my mind, I'm like, don't ruin my Spanish moment. I thought this was something unique to Spain. Just leave me alone. I didn't say any of that, but it was like 4 feet tall.
Yeah. On
stalks and stuff. It was amazing. It was like the Little Shop of Horrors of succulents. It was amazing. Feed me, Seymour. I actually creep out at that movie. I didn't like it. Anyway. Yeah, so we got to see more animals today. Oh, remember the horse kind of early on? The horse that
they were
has a
feeding it
monopoly?
apples.
Yes.
Yes.
There was 2 horses, a white one and a brown one. The white one was kind of off in the field, but the brown one, everyone decided that brown horse stays there all day. And everyone's just feeding it apples. Everyone walking by was like, that horse gets 12 apples a day.
The other one hasn't quite caught on yet.
No, or it's not allowed. It's like, my turf. That horse was so happy and friendly, and yeah, everyone was feeding apples to it. That was super fun to watch that. It was a nice way to start the morning, to seeing nature.
It was a day of, you got a lot of pictures today.
I did take a lot, yeah. Yeah, I didn't take many on day 5. That was horrible. The walk was fine. Everything was fine. It's just when you're in extreme agony, that's all you can think about.
But there wasn't as much to take pictures.
No, there wasn't. Just kind of gravel path with green all around you. Not a lot. Yeah, today was super interesting. the little cafe place we stopped. That was fun. We had more of those like stone medieval looking villages that we walked through. Remember the sheep?
Yeah.
What would you say about that one?
I don't even know how to make the sheep noise.
It's like, blah. It's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah. I've never really listened to them up close, and they just sound like they're about to get sick.
And so I started laughing. I was laughing at what you were saying. You're like, is it going to throw up? And I got closer to it, and it came over, and I'm looking at it through the lens of just my phone as my camera, and I didn't realize it had put its whole head through the fence and was fixing to grab my phone. I mean, I looked up away from the phone. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was like right there in my personal space. I was like, whoa, Joe, back up. But it was really fun. We got some good little pictures of the lambs that were in there.
Took a nice leisurely pace.
We
kept it easy, and yeah.
We did the granny walk today.
No, because we still walked faster than people.
That's true. We did pass people. We averaged out at 30 minutes a mile. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. And on inclines, I just went really slow and took small steps. We throttled way down. And I still feel really great. I hopefully tomorrow morning will just leap out of bed still feeling great. But no, I do feel it's night and day, that steroid shot. When I went to bed last night, I just was like, oh dear God, please don't let it take 4 days for this thing to kick in. Could you please expedite? And I do feel like he did. And she did give me a whopping dose of it. But I do feel like he did that for me, and the shot was completely working. But there was a lady in the laundromat, I didn't mention this, people were talking about their ailments, and I was just like, misery loves company. So I mentioned my back, and she's like, well, you know, the steroid shot just masks the pain. So you have an injury and you need to be careful about that. And I thought, yes and no. Like clearly I aggravated something, but I wouldn't call it an injury. It's not like I fell on the trail. I sat down on the toilet wrong. That's not exactly an incident. So I took her words to heart and understood that, you know, it's masked pain. I get that. But I'm not looking to do this walk for the next month. We've got 3 more days.
3 more days.
And then
we got a biggie day.
We do have that big day. I'm glad you said that, because that big day is kind of like the final push that made me go get help. I thought, if I can't do 8.6, I'm not going to be able to do close to 11. Knowing what's special about that day. It's a giant incline.
Oh, yeah. From the pictures, it looks like it's, yeah.
The picture looks terrifying. Like, we have like a topographical map of what the walk looks like each day, and on Thursday, it's straight up, and that's the 11-mile day. And that really, how I felt on day 5 really scared me that I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's why I was like, fine, I'll do that. So back to the fun stuff. So yeah, we saw more sheep. Oh, remember the cowbell?
Oh, yes. We kept hearing the noise.
You found the cow that had the cowbell on it.
Yeah.
That was so fun. So, of course, it was right up along the fence line. So I got some really good pictures of it and some video of the cowbell. It was just a really pretty walk.
And there was just lots to stop and see.
Yeah.
It seems like, yeah.
Yeah. Passed a lot of people.
Saw Debbie.
We saw Debbie again. There she is. Where in the world is, there's Debbie. And she found some friends to walk with, which we were very happy about. And we're in the hugging stages with Debbie now. Now, I think I started that on day 4. We saw her in Plaza de Rey, whatever day that was. Yeah, day 4. And I was like, okay, we've been with you enough that I'm going to hug you now. And she hugged back, and now she hugs us. So I don't know if we mentioned the story about how we got to know her real quick. It was your idea it was day 1 or 2.
That we met her?
Yeah. I think it was day 2.
I think it was day 2.
Yeah. So we had checked into the... Is it an albergue or a hotel? I think it was an albergue.
I think so.
That was your favorite one, apart from the one last in Carlos.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had checked in and there was nothing to do. Nothing at all. And there was just that. And so you were like, let's go walk on and see what's next. Like, what are we going to see tomorrow? So we walked up to the next kind of little tiny, maybe community you'd call it, where it had like 3 albergues together. And on our way back from that, we see a lady that looks to be having a difficult time. She's kind of shuffling her papers and looks a bit disoriented. And so we were like, what's going on? We had prayed that morning, God, could you let us please be a blessing to somebody today? And she said, do you know where Hotel Roma is? And I was like, Hotel Roma? We could not figure that out. And anyway, it turns out that she was just a little confused, and that was the name of the hotel she'd stayed at the previous night. And because I said, once we figured out that she was just in a point of real confusion and she doesn't see well, one eye, she thinks she's lost her sight in an operation and she doesn't see well. So I said, could I just take a look at your itinerary? Because she's using a travel service like us, not the same one, but like us. So I looked at it and I figured out, oh, that's the hotel you were at last night. I said, looks like you're staying where we are tonight, and you passed it. We're actually on our way back to it. And it was just such a God thing, because she would have just kept walking.
I know.
Yeah. And so we said, hey, why don't we walk together? And the 3 of us walked back, and because sure enough, that was the place where she was supposed to be. And at dinner, you ran back to get something in the room. I think it was the voucher for dinner. So I was going to get the table, and Debbie was in there. And the guy says, how many people? And she said, can I sit with you? And I was like, well, sure. So I said 3, Trice. So that was really fun. So the 3 of us had dinner together that night. And then ever since then, we
see her every day.
Every day. And I'm like, look at you, rock star. She's doing awesome. All alone. She's a widow. She's as nice as she can be. No kids. And she just is taking on the challenge. And I'm so proud of her. So anyway, back to all this. So yeah, we ran into the family we didn't mention yesterday. Oh, there's this young family. Yes. You want to tell about them?
Yeah, it's just a husband and wife and a young son. What is he, 4 or 5?
I would say 3 or 4.
Okay, I'm not good with age. But yeah, and the kid sits in the stroller most of the time. Lately when we see him, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he gets the easy ride, the fast pass.
Yeah, but we've been seeing them, and they were walking along the trail this morning when we were sitting and taking the break. Mm-hmm. He waves because the wife had sprained her ankle, and I didn't see her. I was like, oh no, she's not with him. But then she was behind him, and so,
Yeah, yesterday we were almost to town. We only had like a little bit more to go. And we see that, because we just keep passing each other, that family and Michelle and I. And we had been passing each other the whole time, and then so they had passed us, and we came upon them. We saw her sitting down, and I said, oh no, what's wrong? And I don't actually know where they're from.
We never asked that,
did we? Never asked, no. They have a thick accent, something, I'm guessing South American somewhere, maybe. Anyway, and I said, what's wrong? And she said that she sprained her ankle because she had a water bottle on her ankle, and I was like, oh no, that's terrible, and I said, do you want a number for a taxi? And they're like, no, we'll be fine. She said, I've sprained it before. And I was like, oh my goodness. So we get a little bit away from them, and then he like calls out. He's like, actually, can I get that number to the taxi just in case? So when we were at the gift shop in Plaza del Rey, there was a little business card stand, and there were business cards for taxis, and I grabbed one. I was like, you never know. So it was great. So we took a picture of it, and that was fun. I don't know if they needed it or not, but it was nice to feel helpful. So we thought, oh man, she's down for the count. So then this morning.
Yeah, it was good to see her. So
yeah,
it's just funny how you run into the same people over and over.
It really is. course, we saw Jacqueline and Bruce everywhere we go.
Yes.
And they always...
Have we seen them today?
We saw
breakfast.
them at breakfast.
Yes.
They crack me up. They're a retired couple, and she just always looks so fresh.
Yes.
Fresh
very
and
elegant.
Very classy.
Yes.
I mean, just the way she talks and carries herself and the way she dresses, she just looks like a movie star to me, and just carries herself with a confidence that I'm envious of. I wish I had the ease in which she just kind of moves through the world, and it's pretty neat to see them over and over again.
They're fast.
They are fast. And then the other ladies that the woman was just gushing over your hair. We keep seeing them too. Pretty sure they're from also from Australia.
Yeah. I don't know their names. So.
I don't know. Michelle probably won't tell you this, so I will. in Plaza del Rey, she stopped Michelle and she's like, "You were at Marade's." It was so funny. I thought she was going to ask for Michelle's autograph next. She's like, "I just remember you. You came into the dining room," or whatever they want to call it. It was al fresco, so the patio. She's like, "You just came in and your hair is just so beautiful. It's so perfect. You just look so fresh and done." And I mean, like, gushing. And I was like, this is really fun to watch. Me sitting in my baseball cap again with my big old fuzz hair underneath. I was really happy. Everybody needs those moments where you get lifted up, and I was so happy because she's like, she has blonde short hair like you do. She's like, "Hi," but she had a baseball cap on too, and she's just like, "Mine would never do that. Mine would never look like that, but yours is so pretty." And I mean, that was really nice of her.
It was nice because I've done nothing.
All of us who have gnarly hair don't want to hear that. Mine is like a terrible twos toddler on my head all the time, and yours does look like you just came out of the salon all the time. And that's okay. Go
that far.
I would. Evidently she would. She was about to get your autograph. And so we saw them again today. That was kind of fun. And so yeah, we really enjoyed the walk today. It went by super. We didn't even listen to any of our downloads. Nothing.
No.
That tells you something, because this was longer than the day before. It was 7.4 the day before, and we were just streaming everything to get. Well, I was to get.
No. Yesterday was 8.6.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
it was the
these
same.
were the same, but it was just today was very enjoyable. Not that they all aren't, but
yeah,
yesterday just seemed longer.
Yeah, we watched farmers doing their thing in the field. Saw different horses, different cows, different sheep. Saw dogs. The one lady taking her 2 little Yorkies for a walk. She was definitely lived there because she was in a dress and everything.
Oh, they were cute.
They were so cute. I know the size of them kind of reminded you of Dixie, your dog.
Yes.
Yeah, they were so cute. Even the one that was taking the little dump on the side, right in the middle of the Camino. I'm like, it's little. It's from a little dog. It was really cute. So we enjoyed the walk very much, and we got into town, and
our luggage was here
once again. And we have a very nice hotel room.
We do.
We're back to bedroom buddies. It's 2 twin beds pushed together, and
we got into our routine. We got unpacked, settled in, went out, got our pins.
Got our pins to stick on our backpack, yep.
Got some water.
Mm-hmm.
Then it started raining. But isn't it amazing, though? Pretty much, except for that one little snippet one day, God has held off the rain during our walk.
He's been so good.
And then I got to thinking, he could have had it started raining because he knows you needed to take a break.
That's true. That's true, because I would have kept walking around the town because I don't know my limits. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sure you're right. I'm absolutely sure, because, well, first when we got into town, it was starting to get cloudy again. It was sunny, and then the clouds kind of came in, and I thought, this will be nice. We'll walk around town with the clouds, and we put away our sunglasses, and we found the pins, and then we found it was a very interesting store. It was like a
dollar store.
Yeah, it reminded us of a dollar store where you could buy anything from a sink strainer to a dog bed, yarn, clothes, kind of you name it. That was fun. And then we went to the grocery store. So I'm glad that you and I both share the curiosity of seeing what other grocery stores are like. And we just walk up and down every aisle, and I found the golden item. Back home, I eat blueberries every single day, and they're so good for you. And they had one pack of blueberries, and I was like, oh, should I get them? Because they're not that easy to take. They're not like an apple or a banana. And I was like, I'm getting them. So the hotel here in the bathroom had a paper cup in a plastic bag sealed, and I was like, that's gonna be my carrier for them. So yeah, we were looking and just kind of walking up and down the aisles, remarking on the differences of food and stuff. That was kind of fun. Mm-hmm. You were trying to find toothpaste.
Yes.
Yeah, got that squared away. I was leading you astray by different brand names. The picture looked like something in America, but anyway, I was wrong. So yeah, that's how I found out what the name of the melon was that I had the day before. So just kind of walking around looking, and we found our precious water that we have got to figure out like what we're doing with that. Got to have a little. We don't want to carry heavy water, but we're running out, so we have to figure this out. So anyway, yeah, we did that, and then when we came out of the store, I was like, I think it's getting darker. Mm-hmm. And you were like, maybe the windows are tinted. Wishful thinking. So we walk out like, nope, it's getting darker. And it was just lightly sprinkling. And I was like, oh, look, there's another like little souvenir shop. Because, I mean, we only brought carry-on, so we can't we can't do any type of shopping. So we went over there and we found some postcards. Those don't take up room.
No, they're very flat.
Yep, and cheap. So that was good. Just bought postcards.
And the rain came down while we were in, so we stayed a little longer.
Yeah. So we lingered. And I'm sure the storekeeper understood that. And then we started back.
Because it looked like it lightened up, and it did.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, oh, the birds are singing. That means it's stopped raining. So let's make a run for it.
And
a walk.
Kind of sprinkled along the way, but we made it back just in time.
Well, and the people that we were all trying to, it was like a 2-foot dry margin where the store awnings are. And the people that were coming at us were not going to give up that real estate. Mm-mm. We had to walk around every single person. And it was sprinkling. Mm-hmm. And they were not going to share that dry spot. We're like, that's fine. So, because what if we decided is the most important thing to not get wet?
Our shoes.
Yeah, because we each have one pair of shoes. And, I mean, we have the shower flip-flops, but you're not going to walk a Camino in that. And so, if these get wet, I mean, we're kind of hosed, pardon the pun. We'd have to just... Oh, and every other place has had a hairdryer. So, if the next place doesn't have a hairdryer, like, what are you going to do? Can't dry your shoes, and that's not going to be good. So, we made it back.
Yeah.
Just in time.
I know, because it started hailing.
Yeah, it was like a full-on, like we're walking toward the hotel, and I told you, I said, okay, the wind is coming at us, and the lightning is in front of us. Clearly the storm is moving our direction.
Mm-hmm. Because it got cold.
It did. It got windy and cold and dark, like really dark. And I love a good thunderstorm, but I don't want to be out in it, and I can't run with my back. So we got in, we're on the first floor. We literally came in the hotel, went up the steps, came in the room, and it was an absolute downpour. Like, we just made it.
But now, I think it's lightened up. Now it's time to go to dinner.
It is going to be time to go to dinner.
What do you think we're going to have? You want to try octopus tonight?
Is tonight going to be the octo? I don't know.
It's what this area is known for.
I don't know if I can do it.
With the tentacles and everything showing.
Are you going to do it?
No. I might be allergic.
Oh my gosh. I have a bad history with seafood. I don't know that I want to chance a long walk tomorrow on a fishy stomach.
But it's surprising, though. I mean, I've been to Spain before, but I think it just must be this area. But it's like, the food is bland.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just because we get the pilgrim menu.
Yeah. You kept saying we get the tourist menu, that they're like, salad, main course, dessert, you're out.
It's the chicken, no seasoning.
No.
Pork, no seasoning.
No. Steak,
no seasoning. Except for last night.
Not even salt on the fries.
No.
Everything's completely
But everything
plain.
comes with fries.
Yes.
Except last night. So I'm curious about tonight.
Yeah, last night was good. I ate all that chicken. It was like a breast and a drumstick. I ate the whole thing because I didn't eat the rice. It was so good. I don't know what the seasonings were, but you could see them on it.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
It was so good. Yeah, today our hotel is very nice. What I love most about it, which I've been saying incessantly, is the exterior wall is floor to ceiling window, which I love so much because we're in town. So when it was raining, we were laying here watching all the pilgrims, poor ones that got caught in it, running with their ponchos and stuff on. I saw
their shoes are going to be wet.
I know. I did see one taxi pull up and 3 pilgrims got out.
Yeah.
I'm like, they were smart because this was a full-on lightning, thunderstorm, hail storm. Yeah. We were watching the hail bounce off the cars, and I mean, we literally made it within like 30 seconds of a downpour. And it's been so nice to kind of, like you said, have that rest time before we go to dinner and close the day. We have kind of a routine at night. We'll do dinner, then we come back and take turns with showers. And because sharing a bathroom, by the time you're all done with everything, it's like time to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no sleeping in on the Camino. Nope. We both have eye masks. We sound machine, earplugs, and we're lights out by what, like 9:30, 10?
It was closer to 10, yeah.
10 o'clock. So it was really fun when the rain kind of slowed down. The people that actually live here, not like in the hotel, but across from us, there's apartments, and we were watching them peek their head out the windows, kind of seeing like how everybody fared. So I got some pictures of the lady. She looked so beautiful. She was kind of leaning her head out the window. So that was just really, I don't know, there's something about windows that just, it's awesome. So we've just been enjoying all the natural light and everything. And you've got your nuts you got at the store?
Yes. They're all ready to go. Portion control.
And your portion control packs. And I've got my blueberries in my paper cup. And we're just gonna go hang out. This was a really nice day. I remember telling you at one point on the walk, I said, so this is what everybody enjoys about the Camino, because it's the first day that I walked with no pain. I did the first 5 days in absolutely excruciating pain. Like, if I had been home, I never would have like gone on an exercise walk outside or anything like that. I would have never pushed it. But today it was just so nice, and I just kept quoting scripture over the last days, just, you know, all of the ones that we all know, and really relying on him. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and his power is made perfect in our weakness. And when I'm weak, then I'm strong in him. We got a phone call, I think. So anyway, it was a great time today to just not be in any pain and just really, really enjoy. You and I talked a lot more today. We talked like the whole way.
We did.
That's fun. That helps pass the time too. And all the hellos from everybody, and we met Patricia. She took our picture and then we took her picture.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's a new friend, so we'll see her again. We all are kind of coming to the same towns, so that was kind of neat to make a new friend. Patricia, I gotta remember her name. I forgot to ask her. Oh, Colombia. She's from Colombia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. So at this point, I have no idea how many countries we've met.
A lot.
Yeah, it's so cool that it's so much we don't even know. It's so cool. All right, so today's been great. Great walk, great weather, great back. And we got to do a little shopping. That was really fun. Because that's where you kind of get the feel of the local cultures. Like, what do they buy? What do they do? What do they eat? You know, that's kind of neat. We found, like, the Oikos yogurt. I think, isn't it called, like, YoPro or something like that?
I forgot what it was called.
It's the Chobani, but in, like, a Spanish label, which is kind of neat. Because I eat that every day. But yeah, it was really fun. So I consider today a huge success.
It was good.
Yeah. So we're going to go eat dinner and then relax and go to bed early. We can go! They start serving pilgrims in 6 minutes! We're so hungry. We don't eat lunch. We just snack. So our plan gives us a breakfast and gives us a dinner. But then, like, everything else is on your own. So we've kind of found a rhythm that when we go to the hotel, we unpack and then it's usually time for my Motrin, which means I need to eat with it because it's like 600 milligrams. I don't want to get an ulcer. So we brought our own protein bars and meat sticks and stuff like that. So we'll snack. So we are ready. You ready?
Right, let's go.
All right. Arrivederci. I think that was Italian, so that's wrong.
Adios.
Adios. I'll get this by the time we leave. All right, guys. Buenas noches.